Are you going to be able to see all of you in this shot?
Yeah.
Hi.
Hi.
Hello again.
More adventures.
More adventures. So, last weekend, you participated in Cascade Classic's Seattle to Portland bike ride. This is a ride that happens every year, except for the past 2 years it's been canceled. So tell us what you did.
So a friend doesn't want to miss a year, and he's been doing it the last 10 years. This was his 11th year.
Nope.
He said
This was his 12th year.
12th year. This is his do-it-yourself Seattle to Portland ride. We used the 2019 route and rode the route, stopped at the usual aid stations, essentially did the race as if it was real. I can't comprehend how 10,000 people do that. This 10,000 people?
I've done it before. There's a lot of people on that course.
10,000. Anyway.
And it's not really a race, is it?
No, it's a ride. It's a bike ride. But there are fastest times.
And how many miles was that?
205 and some change.
You did the actual course.
I did the course.
Okay.
There was no depart. The place we stopped for the night is where we picked up in the morning. Our tracks are true to the course.
Just a little bit off of the beginning because you didn't ride all the way up to UW.
Oh, that's true.
Liar!
You departed directly from the ferry.
From the ferry.
Which makes sense. And you guys stopped right after the St. John's Bridge because there's a brewery there.
Oh, yeah. That's true.
So
Yeah.
you took off a little bit.
A little bit off.
You-
But I would have done that in the real race too. I think. I would have got a medal and then gone back to the same brewery.
You did the spirit of the ride, and the year that I did the Seattle to Portland, I did not go to the finish line. So
Oh, right. Okay. So tradition continues. The Landsteins participate, but we do not go to the finish line.
we have other activities to participate in.
Yeah.
Yeah. So how did you prepare for riding your bike
Oh.
200 plus miles?
Now, in our group, I was the most prepared, but I had only ridden, what's the cumulative mileage before I rode? Not 100.
Yeah, I'd give
Maybe
you.
I got 100. I did a 30-mile ride, a 30-mile ride, and a 60-mile ride. So 120 miles.
Yeah, and you did for several weeks ride Colin to school
Oh,
on
yeah,
your
yeah,
bike.
yeah.
So
That
it
gets
wasn't
credit,
like
yeah.
you hadn't done any bike training. But leading
true.
up to the SDP, you were primarily training
Endurance running. And the legs did fine. This whole 200 and I had my fastest on my second day pace, and I had an ascending pace. Like I was speeding up
fast.
as I got closer to the finish. I was speeding up.
What were you thinking? Were you thinking, I can't wait to get off this bike, I can't wait to have a beer, I'm never doing this again?
All of those things.
All of those things?
Really, the sooner I get there, the sooner I'm not just rocking on top of a seat, making things that were already bad worse.
Okay.
That was the chief difficulty in this weekend,
Okay.
I would say.
Same areas that were in pain after running 50 miles?
Similar,
Similar areas. Okay.
not identical.
So how did riding your bike 200 miles compare to running 50 miles?
Well, the scenes were different. I was looping for my 50 miles. So it was very much more mental toughness. I would also say physical toughness, not strength necessarily. There was a grit and determination you had to have on the run that I wouldn't say it was as high a volume as it was on the bike ride. I had to have grit and determination. It was just different. It wasn't loudest. or loud as compared to the run.
And then
I'm sorry, but cycling is a little easier than running 50 miles. Just saying. My opinion.
Yeah, your opinion. And for the run, though, you knew you had an aid station every 4 miles.
That's true.
As your crew, we didn't have to go anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
We were able to crew you for 17 hours, and other than leaving to feed the dog and run a few errands in between your loops, we were in one spot. We didn't have to chase you down. Mm-hmm. This time, we had the entire family, not just Sullivan and I, and it added, for me as your crew, a little bit of logistical difficulty in, all right, I've got to get a baby clean and fed and happy in a car seat and a 3-year-old off a playground at whatever spot we just stopped at and into the van and onto the next spot and beat you there.
That first stop compared to the last stop, totally different.
Right.
Let's have a sandwich. Let's have snacks. We'll take a picture. Yay. The last stop, I was just eating and complaining and being difficult. And finally, I told someone to tell me to go away.
Yeah, you did. So it was. Now, typically, during the event, you would have more support because there would be the Cascade Classic, event staff, volunteers.
I don't know if that'd make it better.
No, just knowing,
to me, I'd have more fun.
You showed up to 3 of your stops, and no one was there yet.
Mm-hmm.
In a normal year, you would have someone there, even if it wasn't your family. So, a little bit different.
Mm.
Okay, did you feel prepared to ride your bike 200 miles?
No. Well, depends on what you ask. Did I feel physically prepared? Yeah. Yeah, I knew I had really strong legs. I knew my nutrition. Okay, I take it back. I felt pretty prepared. I knew my nutrition. I knew my strength. I knew how to pace myself. I knew I had a good group with me. I knew my I knew my hydration and what I needed to do there. I knew what worked. And really I've never ridden a bike that long. I didn't know. I learned so much about riding my bike.
Sully was our crew chief. He learned a lot too. He's on his 3rd ultra event of his life. He's got a lot of feedback for us.
Mm-hmm.
What would you do different?
Explore more city riding. Getting used to pavement, hot, loud, noisy city riding. I didn't do that to prepare. I did the quiet side roads and big hills and windy turns. I didn't do city riding. So, yeah, this was a lot of city riding.
Managing traffic and shoulders and debris on the side of the road.
Yeah.
Wow. Sully really liked it.
He's actually looking at the phone, too. Do you want to be different? I can help you be different.
What was your favorite part of the weekend?
Favorite part of the weekend? The brewery at the end.
It was a lot of fun.
And the camping. Yeah. Favorite part on a bike?
Yeah, how about that?
Oh my gosh. I can't remember where it is, but we're running right alongside train tracks on a path and we're in a valley. And I had 3 trains come by me with a ton of flow state and I'm saying yeah!
The sounder just went by too. So many trains.
And another train. Like, I was just being ecstatic. And they honked the horn, like, bah, rah, rah, bah, rah, and I was like, that's awesome. I just flipped out, and I just went faster. It was great. Yeah, so be a little kid on a bike with some trains going by. That was my highlight on a bike.
What was the worst part or the scariest part of the ride?
That bridge. If I didn't have...
This is the bridge crossing into Oregon on Highway 30.
Over the Columbia, right?
Yes.
Yeah. It's already scary to, like, just look, off that bridge, and then you're inches from traffic, and there's just tons of debris, wood debris on the side of the very narrow shoulder. You're just riding the white line and hoping nobody gets too mad.
Okay, this is the bridge we were riding across earlier. We're going the opposite direction, but it was pretty gnarly, not gonna lie.
And how about a truck hitting a deer?
Oh yeah. Oh, I forgot about that. That just blew me away. Just ahead of me, a truck hit a deer, and it just spun right across the road in front of me. 40-mile-an-hour hit. The deer was done, but it was still a, 100-pound thing coming across my route.
All right. So, are there any more big bike events in your future? You think you're gonna get back on the bike and try again?
I think I'll be on a bike again.
Yeah.
I think I'll probably do a triathlon of some sort at this point. At this point, I'm accidentally training for one.
Well, it just happens to be 3 things that you enjoy combined to be a sporting event. So, oh, hi, messy kid.
Oh, well.
All right. Well, before we wrap up, what's next?
Probably a triathlon.
Probably a triathlon.
Probably a triathlon. What is it in September that might happen? That's going to be really loud.
The goat.
Redemption on the goat. That's next. I'm going to go get that goat. I'm going to get it real good.
All right. For those of you who don't know, Ian ran his first 50K in September of 2019. And
Poorly. Badly.
it did not go well.
8 miles in, it was over. I was walking a lot.
He finished.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
He finished, but...
The good race I wanted it to be was over.
Oh, buddy. I think it's time to wrap this up.